of days have passed since I showed you both of these books, and I've made some postcard size pieces of cardstock. I've used pastel blue and pastel green, and I've actually done the backgrounds on the two already. I will show them to you now. And because this book happened to have pages at the back, but they tend to be more scenes than paper. And I didn't want to cut into any of the papers, and this book didn't have any papers, so I just used papers that I have. So this is the Collage and Cut the Spring edition by Bridget Whitney, and this is the Pretty Postal Ephemera by Keely O'Brien. And I'm going to put those aside, and I'll show you what I've done. I'm going to start with the Bridget's book. I've used a pretty blue and yellow floral paper and some printed paper from a book as the background on a blue cardstock. And I thought it would be fun to use this church. I like the church, so I'm not sure if I'll use everything. I've got this church. I've got the mom and the little boy. I've got a teensy weensy little squirrel, squilly. I've got a bigger hot cross bun set, a nice Easter egg, couple of flowers, a cross that I thought would be nice to go with that. Oops. A bunny dressed in yellow, and a sheep. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to lay all of these out. I have some wax wrap here to glue on. I just want to check that I'm all in screen. Yes, I am. I think this is my main piece, this church. So I've decided to speed this bit up because, little bit of a spoiler here, I actually really don't like how it turned out, and I ended up doing another one out of Bridget's book, which I do like how it turned out. So I'm just going to show you, I tried all these things and I thought they were okay, but I always end up using too much, and this is a great example of don't overcrowd your small page. So I'm using some inks that I decided I'm going to go around things, and I'm really quite cross with myself about this because I love this church. Still, luckily, Bridget did give us a few more churches, so I can do another image where I take more time and am more careful. I always get in a flap when I'm filming. But so I added various things, and I'm going to show you how this particular piece ended up, and you'll see why I'm unhappy with it. It just got too crowded and I didn't think things through at all. So lesson learned, I hope. We'll see. I'm not stressing about it though. It just is what it is. Before I speed the rest of this one up, I kind of want you to look at what it looks like now. I think if I'd put a bigger picture where the white flowers are, it would have ended up looking better. I love these little finger daubers that I'm using to apply the ink, and I will link this set for you guys below. I really find them very useful, and I'm using, this is a chalk ink that I bought for my coloring. I use it sometimes in the backgrounds in my coloring, and I'm using this just because I have these supplies and I want to show them some love. I haven't used these for a while, and I thought I'd just try them for this, and I quite like this color. It's a kind of a moss green. I think that's the one. No, this one was an off-white. So I'm going to speed this lot up and you can see how this page ends up. I always look at this and think how frenetic it looks when one does these things. And I think my major problem actually in this little postcard is the blue floral that I used as the background. I think it's too busy for what I put on top of it. I haven't quite got that right yet. I'd love some advice from you guys if you can maybe point me towards a video where somebody kind of does some teaching and shows you how to plan your things a little bit better. But this is what I did, and I ended up then deciding to also just ink around the whole postcard to try and bring it all together. And yeah, not thrilled with it, not terribly upset. It was all a learning curve, and I thought I'd just share the bit that I don't like as well, so that it's not always, you don't always only see great successes on people crafting, because I'm sure all of us have things that we're not happy with. I'm just a little bit sad that I used all these nice pictures up, but such is life. So I'm going to just show you the finished postcard now. So it's not awful, but nothing stands out. And there, other than the church, the focal, I needed bigger people or something. I don't know. It's just not quite right. But now we're going to look for some words. So I struggled to find one that I wanted, but I like this, as if the mommy is telling the child, live gently upon this earth. And I think I'm going to actually darken it a little bit with the chalk paint. And I could go around the edges with the blue, just so that it sort of fits in. And then I want to cut it, live gently. Oh, I forgot to put the lid on my glue. Or maybe I should put it there. Live gently. Oh, it's not straight. Go up a little bit, please. There we are. Live gently. And glue this one. Oh my goodness, I'm in a mess. I don't even know where the lid is gone now. Upon this earth. Mustn't go over the crucifix. Made a mistake. Baby. Just up there. It also looks skew. I have a very skew eye. Please go straight. Upon this earth. And then I need to clean my fingers, and I think I'm going to go around it with the blue. Oh dear. Do I just give up now? I can't round my corners. I would love to. I've just ordered a corner rounder, but it has not arrived yet. So can't wait for it to come. I actually ordered it from Temu. So it will be interesting to see. The paper that I'm using as the background is actually from Temu. And I know there are all kinds of questions about Temu, but they do actually address them in there. Have a frequently asked questions and all sorts of things like that. And, you know, there's also a great rumor mill. So one has to be careful what one listens to, and I don't actually know the truth either way, but I quite like what I've had from them so far. So there we go. There's number 1. Not sure what you think of that. Let me know what you think. And now let's do the next one. So I've got these left over, which I can use. I'll put them in my fussy cutting thing. Then I've cut much more out of this book because this is where I started fussy cutting, so I wasn't sick of it yet. Then I got tired of fussy cutting with the next book. So I cut fewer. I might add something there, I'm not quite sure. So for this one, this was a green piece of cardstock. And I decided, because it's all for Postal Ephemera, I actually used, these are all my own. No, they're not. This blue is paper. This blue with the printing on is paper. But this is from a letter I received in the 60s from a pen pal. And this is from a letter I received. So this one, I was just reading through parts of what was there when I cut it out, and he's talking about, I can't remember now, it's left my brain, but he was talking about all sorts of old groups from the 60s, and he's in his senior year, and here we are. I was the same age as he was, and I am now 70 years old, so it's been sitting in my possession for a long time, and I put this was a Japanese guy. I was a miss, and I lived in that area, but I've cut half of it off. And then the background writing was from a lady in Iceland who wrote to me, and we swapped some quilting blocks in the 80s, 1980s. So I thought that was rather nice to actually use real postal things. So now I'm not quite sure. I've got this house, I've got some books, I've got some parcels, I've got an envelope, quite a big stamp. I cut the stamps out with this funny pair of scissors. It's a kid's pair of scissors, and it's got funny little teeth. And then there's a pink stamp, very cute little kitty. I love this lady reading a letter, and I love this little girl. Turkey, well, I've done the best I can with her. I remember that I didn't used to wear boots like that, but my mom always had my dresses so very short when I look at these old photos. Okay, now I'm not quite sure what to do. I do like this house. I do like the house. But the thing is, what could I put? Could the house be up there? And something below, like put some parcels on the doorstep. Maybe. Yeah, actually that doesn't look bad. Put this little girl here. I think that perhaps my backgrounds are too busy. I love her. She sort of fits there, and then stamp. Do we put that there? I kind of like, I wonder if I'm not going to, you know what I'm going to do? So I'm going to cut this in half. It has to be one pile, but I could put those things in front there. I think the letter or I love this little girl. I'm not entirely sure she fits. Which one? Can't put the post box right in front of the house. Could put the lady right in front of the house, but that's too busy, isn't it? No. Oh, I'm gonna be wounded. Oh, you're gonna be my wound. I've got that song from Spring Awakening stuck in my head. I think I should go with this. What do you think? I'll leave these for a later date. Very scared that this little girl's going to get all broken up, so I'm going to have to use those soon. Maybe I can use those with the other pictures on a different one. So what do we glue down first? First down is the stamp. I know I keep talking about Spring Awakening. The music has just crept into me. I know some of it's really quite naughty. But some of it is just so beautiful. And it's like, some of it's got this like rock beat to it. I just love it. But the one duet sits with me. Gonna be wounded. Oh, you're gonna be my wound. So that, I think, comes next. Let's put that there. Oh, you know what? I haven't been going over these with background. Never mind. This one needs to sort of be white. Stand out. This one I want to go around. I've got a darker blue. This might be more the color that I want for this. I hope I don't mess it up on all the white here. Let's do it at the bottom first and see. I think it's kind of okay if I just stick to the outside. I'm having fun. I love, love, love doing this glue booking. Don't know why I really like it so much. So now what was I going to do? put that there. Think so. Yeah, phew, it actually makes a difference having gone around that in the blue. Glue is dried there. Once again, I forgot to put the lid on my glue stick. Thank goodness today is not quite as hot as it was yesterday. Our aircon is broken. Both aircons. We've got two in our house. One in the study and one in the, we call it the lounge, a sort of living room where our TV is. And both of them are broken, and the guy can only get here mid-April to fix them, or we're going to replace the one. I'm not sure if we'll replace the other or if he can fix it. So I think I want that sideways and that behind there. So this one must go down first, but I don't think I must go around that in blue. I think I should use this kind of off-white. Tell me what you do when you go around things with an ink tool. Do you try and match it to the color of the picture, or do you choose a general color and use that around everything? I'm a little bit lost. Found quite a few really awesome channels that I've been watching on glue booking, and it's so great to watch people and their different styles. So I think I'm going to just actually go over that there to take the white down a smidgen, a teensy tiny little bitty. There we go. I think that must come down. Does that go on top of her? No, they don't actually meet. Have you guys also found, like, I mean, I think most of you are younger than I am, but when I was a kid, you were a kid and you didn't have to worry too much about your future unless you were aiming very high, like wanting to go into medicine or something like that. But even that was easier to get into. You could sort of decide when you were about 15 or 16 that this was going to be your aim. As far as music went, I mean, I did it at school. I was never very good. And I sort of worked in a bank a bit when I left school, and then I got bored and I decided, no, I was going to university and I was going to study music, and I studied piano was my main instrument. I'm a very bad pianist. And then I did singing as a second instrument, and I liked it. And I had this fabulous, classy, cool teacher who she inspired me so much. So I think that's sort of what made me really go for it. And then I had children, and I sang part-time in the opera chorus. And I mean, I worked at my singing then, but I was already sort of in my late 20s, 30s, etc. And then I really worked hard at it, and I started making a success of where I wanted to go in it. And then after I'd had enough of performing and that in my late 30s, 40s, I started teaching. But I look at the kids I teach now. I mean, they're 12, 13, and they kind of have to already be focused. They have to be doing dance and drama and, triple threat. You've got to kind of be training every which way, because otherwise you just don't stand a chance. It's quite daunting to me just how hard it is for people these days compared when I was a kid. In sports as well, I mean, you've got to go all out from an early age to And like this one pupil of mine who's gone, he's in Portugal now dancing. He's only 16, but, you know, already has to decide that ballet is his life. And it blows my mind. Okay, actually, I think this looks quite nice. I think I must cut that off there and this little bitty off here. And then, whoops, upside down. Be smart, be kind, put along the bottom. I've always liked that one. Let's just go around it. I don't think it's going to need much help from my glue stick. So I really did not like this one that I did, so I've decided to do another one from this Collage and Cut the Spring edition, because I really love the images in it, and I think that the background I used here was too busy. So I've been watching my inspirational Nicole again to see what things work, as this whole glue booking is quite new to me, and I've done 2 other backgrounds. So I'm going to play a little bit and try and do a nicer one here. I really like her. She stands out better there. I also cut out this tree, which I think is quite cute. I decided I've got too many things on that other image and I needed a big focal image. So, I mean, I could actually put the tree quite high and like, nope. Put the tree there and put that's actually quite cute. Not sure. What else have I got that's bigger? I like her. I feel like she's the right size. Also quite like, that's now 2 focal images. I think what goes wrong for me is that I have too many things going on at once when I do a page. So now I can't decide if I should go with this background or this background. I think that should be my first decision. I think I'm going to try this one, and let's try some things. If I put her there, even if I turned it around, no, I need this way because that's got writing there. I could have as if she was looking at this little zebra, or I could pop, I love this image. I think I would rather take that branch off the tree sort of thing, off the, put a little girl. Not quite sure. Got quite a lot of images now. I don't know, I like that, but I think, so like this tree. Put the tree down there, put a little tree house behind it. would be quite cute. And a little bunny girl, or she's too tall. Butterfly, it's quite cute. Bunny girl, or even a bunny. Oh, I find this quite stressful actually. I'm having a lot of fun, but I think I wouldn't be stressing if I wasn't on camera. Put some food down there and pop a little panda behind it. Oh, that's quite cute. I like that. And one could add, I have a little flower somewhere. Could add another little flower there. Or we could add I quite like that. What do you think? Or that one. That's also nice. And then add bunny girl. Nope. Add hot cross buns. Maybe. Add a bunny. Oh, that's quite cute. Which do you like better? Let me know in the comments. I can't quite decide, but I actually think I'm going to go with this. Just try the other again. So it was these three, or this one with the little panda. And did we could actually add the zebra up here, or we had quite like the animals there with that. I think I'm going to go with the girl that I had. Let me know in the comments what you would have done. I'd love to know. So I'm going to go over her with some ink. So I'm still using this chalk ink pad, and I'm just going to quickly, I'm using this, it's getting a bit dry. I wanted this because it's a little bit darker than the image. Let's do her. I just want you to do the very edge. I love doing this glue booking, I must say. I find it super fun and relaxing, and it kind of, as you know, this has been like a colouring and watercolour channel, and I was in such a slump, and having found this kind of glue booking, and I find this so relaxing that it's actually got me colouring again, which is I'm immensely grateful for. Just shows once one starts creating in any way, it kind of gets you over the slump. I don't want to break these delicate little things, so I'm just going over the top there. And don't really need to do the bottom because she's going to be right on the edge of the page, but I'll do it in any case. So I decided to use these ink pads just to show them some love. I don't think particularly that they're better than the others that I was using, but I have all these art supplies that I keep hauling and buying for the channel and to use, and then often they just sit there, and I really don't like waste, so I use them for that. I'm just going to have a sip of tea. So you know what I did with this Collage and Cut the Spring edition? I really like so many of the background papers that I've actually scanned them in, and I'm taking them down to the print shop later to go and print so that I can use them as well as the images, so that I get double bang for my buck. So I don't want to go down over that yet, because I think the bunny was just going to be below that. And I'm so glad I decided to do a second page, because I think this is going to be much prettier. I need to learn to take my time a bit more. There we are. And relax into it. And then I had the little birdhousey. I think what would have been a really nice ink, which I don't have, but I've actually ordered, is the one that Nicole from Relax Cut Glue uses, which is a Ranger Archival ink, a brown. I think that would have really made these stand out. But my Amazon order has not yet arrived. I'm going to put that on that line. Put it just there. Whoops, it's gone a little skew. I like that. I think that's cute. And then I've put my lid on there. I want to find... I quite like this Dreams Come True. I think these are all actually meant for, oh, Sweet Girl. Should we put Sweet Girl or Dreams Come True? Maybe Sweet Girl. She does look like a sweet girl, but she also looks like she could be dreaming about something. So I'm going to go with Dreams Come True. Make this a little bit shorter. There we go. Plop. Don't go skew. There we are. I think it is a bit skew. I hope not. Anyway, it is what it is. Just let it be. I'm just going to go around the whole card. There, I don't know if that made a difference, but there, that's finished. So I'm just going to clean up. And I have lots of fussy cuts to add to my box now. All right, so we have that from the Postal Dreams. This from Collage and Cut the Spring edition by Bridget, Pam Whitney, and this from Collage and Cut the Spring edition by Bridget, Pam Whitney. I think I like that one. I'm so pleased I did another. It's so much better than this one, but I love these two. I think these two are a win. That one's a blah, 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 blah failure, but never mind. I had fun making it. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I really want to thank you for liking this video, for sharing it with a friend, and for giving it a like and watching and leaving me a comment. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.